Hello everyone, Justin from Out of the Basement here, and today we're going to be talking about some Star Wars The Black Series figures that we absolutely need in the line. There's been a lot of good stuff coming out this year, and there's even more goodies that we will talk about on this week's episode of Figure It Out, the Ventress, the Bad Batch. We will get to that. We'll get to talking about all that on this episode of Figure It Out, so look out for that this Friday. However, today I thought it would just be nice to do a little solo Black Series topic video that I've kind of been doing on my own. And why not talk about some Black Series figures that I just really want? I have my reasons for each of these picks. I have 5 picks. However, I'm sure Nate and myself will do like a top 10 wish list, more so near the end of this year, when we do like the top 10 Black Series of 2020, and then we'll also probably do like a combined wish list episode as well. But I thought it would just be fun to just riddle off some figures that I'd really like to see, especially now that we are in what is pretty much the golden age of the Black Series. Everyone's getting butterfly joints, and it's a great time. It's a great time. I tried to spread it out through ideas and era, but I do have reasons for each of these picks, so let's get into it. First up is going to be the Max Rebo Band. I want Max Rebo, Droopy McCool, and Cy Snoodles. I think they can do a multi-pack of this. Make a little return to the multi-packs. They used to do quite a few of the 3 or especially 4 packs. But if they wanted to make this into a 4-pack and just throw Salacious Crumb in there, I'm not going to complain either. Here at Out of the Basement, we've grown to just absolutely love the Max Rebo Band as background characters. We love that sequence. We absolutely love Jabba's Palace, the whole aesthetic of it, and I'd like to flesh it out more. We specifically do love the despecialized, theatrical cut of the Max Rebo Band sequence, not Jedi Rocks. But nonetheless, I also think this would send a clear message to Hasbro that we want background characters, and background characters would sell. Because who wouldn't purchase the Max Rebo Band from Jabba's Palace, Return of the Jedi? And from a certain point of view, background characters has been a big staple in Star Wars action figure collecting throughout history. I mean, even in our own beloved Black Series here, those Empire Strikes Back bounty hunters who are essentially in that scene for a couple minutes, really, they're kind of just background characters. Each of them got a Black Series figure. Regardless of their expanded universe material, such as books or whatever else, those are pretty minuscule background characters, and they all got their own figure. So I feel like if they did the Max Rebo Band, which is something we really want to see in the Black Series, and I know it would sell, and if it does sell in good, quantity, then that would send that message to Hasbro that, hey, background characters or obscure characters will sell just as good, if not more, than some of the main characters that have been coming out, simply because they've kind of just been doing a lot of the same character but in their different costume. Just strictly talking about original trilogy. So that'd be awesome to see. Up next, we're gonna jump into Jedi. I'd love to complete the whole Jedi Council from the prequel trilogy, but I'm gonna choose specifically Shakti. Of course, I'd love to see Ki-Adi-Mundi. I'd love to see Luminara Unduli. We'd love to see Aayla Secura, but I think they can wait. I think Shakti is perhaps a bit more relevant, specifically because of this guy that came out, the Kamino Security Clone Trooper. In the 3D animated series, Star Wars The Clone Wars, Shakti in Season 6 is revealed to be like the overseer Jedi General of Kamino, and is kind of the commander of those Kamino clone troopers as seen in that specific arc from Season 6. We also already have a Togruta in the line with Ahsoka. There's 2 figures of Ahsoka, and so at least they know how to do Togrutas now. I don't think they would be able to reuse the Ahsoka body or face. I feel like I definitely want a new sculpt completely for Shakti, but she's a pretty iconic Jedi, a pretty unique design, and there's plenty of cool moments of her throughout the history of Star Wars. I mean, there's like 3 different death scenes involving her in Revenge of the Sith, her scene in the Lego Star Wars game. I mean, it's a good little meme. How did Shakti die? But I think since we have those Camino clone troopers, I think it's just a bit more appropriate to have Shakti first in the line. I mean, we have Kit Fisto and Plo Koon now. Why not just keep doing them? Let's get Shakti, Luminara Unduli, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Aayla Secura. Let's get all of them. Quinlan Voss. But I think it'd be appropriate to start with Shakti. Up next, we're kind of, in a way, jumping back to background characters. And, again, with Jabba's Palace. We are obsessed with fleshing out Jabba's Palace. And that is Bibfortuna. Bibfortuna, I'm a little surprised, is not in the line, since it was kind of not really teased, but there was this Jabba's Palace display from the Black Series that they did at some con or show, and they said there were some customs in the background, and Bibfortuna was one of those customs, and we all really thought that meant that's not really a custom, it's coming to the Black Series, but that never happened. Bibfortuna is an important character. There's plenty of diorama sequences you can make involving his character, like when he talks to C-3PO and R2-D2, or when he's there simply standing next to Jabba the Hutt. And again, this is kind of the same thing. If they release a Bibfortuna and it sells well, which I'm 1000% sure it will, I hope that would convey the message to Hasbro that, hey, we want these background characters, especially from the original trilogy. Kind of going back to prequel era content, I wanted to throw a Clone Trooper in there because there's so many named clones that deserves Black Series figures, but no more than Clone Trooper 5s. I want Clone Trooper 5s in his ARC Trooper, Clone Trooper design, removable helmet, and all. I think it would be a perfect first ARC Trooper in the Black Series 6-inch line, and we already have Captain Rex, and we already have a Grunt 501st Clone Trooper from the Entertainment Earth 4-pack. I think it's highly appropriate to get a 5s. Not only is he a beloved clone from the Clone Wars, but we already have 2 other 501st Clone Troopers, so why not add the second most recognizable trooper from the 501st, which I believe is 5s. He's in plenty of great arcs and has plenty of great moments throughout the series of the Clone Wars, and obviously this would be a super hot, super highly desirable clone figure. Ideally, I would also want to get Echo, Kix, Jesse, etc. Kind of like how the Vintage Collection did that 501st ARC Trooper 3-pack. I think it'd be really cool to get those figures translated in the 6-inch line as well. So as we get into the last figure of this little list of 5, a little small little list, you know, I kind of just bounced these ideas off my head and came up with this list relatively quick. There is still plenty and plenty and plenty of characters that I'm not going to talk about in this video, but I do highly desire. But my most wanted, if someone just came up to me and asked me, what is your most desirable Black Series figure? And I have a most desirable Black Series figure, but I also think I'm being realistic about it and leveling it with, in terms of appropriateness, and dare I say it, relevancy. My number one pick is actually a Super Battle Droid from Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars The Clone Wars, the 2D Clone Wars, I mean, prequel era content. Super Battle Droid. We have plenty of B1 Battle Droids. We have the regular, we have the heavy, and we have the Geetnosis. We have plenty of Battle Droids, and now I think it's the perfect time to flesh out the rest of the Confederacy of Independent Systems and their various armies, and I think using the Super Battle Droids is super awesome because A, prequel content, whatever, you can make any diorama you want. And I think that they've cracked open the can in terms of Clone Wars. They've been doing a lot of Clone Wars figures. I mean, it has a line, the yellow boxes. Now that they've cracked open that can, I think it's time to just go absolutely crazy with Star Wars The Clone Wars Black Series figures. I hope they do a ton of Clone Wars figures, and I think the Super Battle Droid would be just super appropriate. Eventually, I'd like to get a Destroyer Droid, a Commando Droid, a Tactical Droid, but I think the Super Battle Droid is the most appropriate next step in filling out that Separatist army. There's also that scene, that flashback from The Mandalorian Season 1, so you could even have them fighting Death Watch Mandalorians when those come out. Possibilities are endless here. You can have Jedi fighting them, you can have your various clone troopers fighting them. There's just so many different dioramas and poses that you can get out of them. Have those wrist rockets. There's so many cool poses you can do with that. You could have R2-D2 with his little jetpack attachments killing both of those Super Battle Droids in Revenge of the Sith. There's just so much you can do with them, and I mean, why not? We have all of those B1 Battle Droids. It's time for a Super Battle Droid. That is it. That is just my little list, just bouncing ideas off my head. Figured I'd make a little topic video about it. Of course, let me know which Black Series figures you desire the most. What characters do we absolutely need in the Black Series line? Again, Nate and myself will probably come together and make a larger wish list video, but this was just a fun little thing. Anyway, guys, I'm Justin from Out of the Basement. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below, and we will see you guys in the next video.